told that the Pope kept them beside his bed. Gerald started to write the story of his life. It is going to be 200 chapters long. He died in 1223, 181 chapters too early. Nobody knows the end, only me.
Well, now on BBC1, it's time for this afternoon's results and headlines with Ralph Deller in Final Score.
Hello, and on this May Day bank holiday, the headlines are: in snooker, Steve Davis has edged back in front at the Crucible. And in football, well, the hopes and fears of some 40 teams went into the melting pot today. Some of the promotion and relegation issues have been settled. In the First Division, West Ham are safe, but Portsmouth, well, I'm afraid they're relegated. Millwall reached the First Division for the first time in their history. Cardiff gained promotion from the Fourth, and Lincoln, they're back in the league. Details coming up very soon, but first, the classified results.
Barclays League Division 1. Arsenal 1, Coventry City 1. Charlton Athletic 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Derby County 0, Everton 0. Liverpool 1, Southampton 1. Luton Town 2, Watford 1. Oxford United 0, Manchester United 2. Portsmouth 1, Newcastle United 2. West Ham United 4, Chelsea 1. League Division 2, Aston Villa 1, Bradford City 0. Barnsley 0, Middlesbrough 3. Blackburn Rovers 1, Reading 1. Bournemouth 2, Swindon Town 0. Hull City 0, Millwall 1. Ipswich Town 1, Birmingham City 0. Leeds United 1, Crystal Palace 0. Leicester City against Huddersfield Town is an evening kick-off. Manchester City 4, West Bromwich Albion 2. Plymouth Argyle 1, Oldham Athletic 0. Stoke City 1, Shrewsbury Town 1. League Division 3, Aldershot against Preston North End is a late result. Blackpool 1, Chesterfield 0. Bristol Rovers 3, Walsall 0. Chester City 2, Brighton 2. Doncaster Rovers against Southend United, evening kick-off. Fulham 0, Bury 1. Gillingham 0, Rotherham United 2. Mansfield Town and Brentford a late kick-off. Notts County and Port Vale and Sunderland and Northampton Town both evening matches. Wigan Athletic 0, Grimsby Town 1. York City 0, Bristol City 1. Division 4, Bolton Wanderers 4, Colchester United 0. Cardiff City 2, Crewe Alexandra 0. Carlisle United 0, Swansea City 1. Darlington 0, Newport County 2. Halifax Town 2, Torquay United 3. Hereford United against Burnley, an evening kick-off. Peterborough United 0, Scarborough 0. Rochdale 1, Wrexham 2. Scunthorpe United 1, Exeter City 1. Stockport County and Cambridge United, evening kick-off. Tranmere Rovers 2, Leyton Orient 1. Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Hartlepool United 0. The Vauxhall Conference, Altrincham 6, Dagenham 0. Cheltenham Town 1, Sutton United 1. Lincoln City 2, Wycombe Wanderers 0. Northwich Victoria 0, Wealdstone 0. Stafford Rangers 3, Boston United 4. Welling United 0, Barnet 2. Weymouth 1, Enfield 3.
So those are the results. Let's have a look at how they affect the top of Division 1, with Liverpool, of course, already crowned as champions. Manchester United have clinched runners-up spot. They won today 2-0 at Oxford. And before Liverpool's game with Southampton, they were presented with the league trophy by Mr. Graham Kelly, the secretary of the Football League, here handing it to the Liverpool skipper, Alan Hansen. There we are, it's been in existence for 100 years, but Alan Hansen dropping the top of it. Liverpool dropped a couple of points today. They were held to a 1-1 draw by Southampton. The other trophy, the other bit of silverware there, is the Barclays Trophy. And there we are, passed along the line. Everybody has to have a little go. There we are, Liverpool undoubtedly the champions. Now, May Day might have been the name of the bank holiday. It could also have been a distress call for the 4 of the London sides that were locked into the relegation zone in the First Division this morning. 2 rather tense derbies, I would imagine. In one of them, West Ham and Chelsea, it resulted in a 4-1 victory to West Ham, as we hear from David Davis.
An exhilarating match of wild passion and mighty controversy, won and deservedly so by a West Ham side who found their form in their hour of most desperate need. Leroy Rossignol, both hero and villain. 2 first-half goals, number 1 splendidly struck, the second, despite Chelsea's frantic offside appeals, equally well dispatched. But then, 7 minutes after Paul Hilton had made it 3-0, Rossignol sent off after his violent reaction to an incident involving Clark and Wicks. Yet even against 10 men, Chelsea, hustled out of it in midfield by Dickens, Ward and Robson, found West Ham and the occasion really too much for them. 6 bookings late on, substitute West did manage a consolation goal for Chelsea, but even then Cottee popped up to make it 4-1. It was high drama to the very end.
I bet it was. West Ham moving to safety, but Charlton are still in the thick of it. They drew 1-1 at Selhurst Park with Spurs this morning, watched by Barry Davis.
Very much one for the committed, with corners greeted with thunderclaps and oohs and ahs accompanying every goalmouth incident. With Charlton Steve McKenzie, denied earlier by Barry Mims, striking the game's best shot, a volley just over the bar, and Tottenham's Clive Allen allowing Bob Boulder to be brilliant from point-blank range, a goalless draw looked likely. But suddenly, in the 70th minute, Charlton were mesmerised by Waddle's shuffles, and Hodge tapped in. A moment for the neutral, Spurs in front, but Charlton were level within 4 minutes. Mark Reed scoring from the penalty spot after Samways had turned goalkeeper to keep out Garth Crook's header. Always trying to play football, Charlton certainly deserved their point.
Well, that's how the bottom of Division 1 looks this evening, with Portsmouth, Watford and Oxford United already relegated. The Chelsea against Charlton meeting on Saturday at Stamford Bridge looks very interesting. Now then, who goes up from Division 2? Well, part of the answer to that is Millwall. They went to Hull today, needing a win to make certain. The result, Hull 0, Millwall 1. Gerald Sinstat reports.
They're singing and dancing on the pitch. 5 minutes from the end, the sun came out and you sensed that the South London dream was about to come true. Millwall's ascension after 103 years was suitably apocalyptic, starting with thunder and lightning and rain drenching the majority of their 4,000-odd supporters. O'Callaghan's second penalty in 3 days gave them the points after 11 minutes. Not much to show, but this is a ground where Millwall had won only once in 23 previous visits. And only some good saves, the woodwork and a clearance off the line prevented Cascarino and Sheringham from adding to their total of 46 goals. Millwall spent shrewdly to earn their promotion, and they'll need to be wise with the cash that's available now. To be honest, they don't look a First Division side yet, but the foundations are sound, and at this juncture, the only fair thing to say is that they've earned their promotion, not least by keeping their nerve and character when others with better pedigree faltered. The M1 could be in for the biggest knees-up it's seen in years.
All the way down the Old Kent Road as well, no doubt. Well, the fixture computer had made an interesting match today with Aston Villa, who were 4th this morning, against Bradford City, who were 2nd. Aston Villa came back to form right at the right moment. They won 1-0. They were watched by Harry Gratian.
Bradford City's dream of First Division football was all but shattered by a superbly taken headed goal by David Platt just 24 minutes into the game. Villa should by rights have had the game sewn up by half-time. Warren Aspinall missed 3 clear chances as City failed to do themselves justice. Only Henry and Futcher caused problems. The crowd of 36,400, the highest in the Second Division anywhere this season, saw a different story in the second half. Villa sat on their lead. City attacked for just about the whole of the 45 minutes, but only Futcher, Henry again and Leonard really created openings. Villa's home form came good in the end, and with the way the Second Division has been going this season, anything can still happen next Saturday.
And that's the top of Division 2. The little P means that Millwall are promoted. Middlesbrough are in the other promotion place. Aston Villa, Bradford City and Blackburn Rovers are the ones in the playoff positions at the moment. And that's the bottom of Division 2. With Reading still not out of it, they can still scrape into the playoffs if they do the business in their next games. And there's the top of Division 3. Sunderland, who play Northampton tonight, were assured of the Third Division Championship when Walsall lost 3-0 at Bristol Rovers this afternoon. And that defeat means Walsall lose second place on goal difference to Brighton, who drew 2-2 at Chester. Notts County play tonight. And a late result, Mansfield 2, Brentford 1. And a latest score, no goals between Aldershot and Preston North End. This is the bottom of Division 3. York and Doncaster already down. Southend play tonight. Grimsby help their chances of survival with a 1-0 win at